If you've ever done a brake job and heard that awful squeal afterward, then you already know how important it is to use the best grease for brake components. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. So today I'm sharing the best brake greases I've used over the years, and what makes each of them stand out in real-world use. Make sure to subscribe if you love honest tool and garage product reviews. And also, all the products I am talking about today are linked right down in the description if you want to check them out. Now then, let's begin. At number 10, we have the CRC SL3301. This brake grease is a tried and tested formula for those who want to avoid brake noise and protect metal-to-metal contact points. It has a synthetic molybdenum base and works well under high temperatures, up to around 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I found it incredibly easy to apply. It is thick without being unmanageable and stays in place. It also resists water washout, which is perfect if you live in a rainy climate or drive in wet conditions often. When I used this on a Toyota Camry I was working on, the pad stayed quiet and removal after a year showed no rust or gunk buildup. Compared to the CRC Brake and Caliper Synthetic Grease, which I have included as number 7 on this list, the SL3301 is slightly easier to spread but not as resistant to high temperature fade. The pros include long-lasting performance, strong water resistance, and excellent noise reduction. The cons include a more limited temperature range and a slightly thick texture that may require more effort to apply. At number 9, we have the BTAS Ceramic Brake Parts Synthetic Grease. This one is a newer addition to my collection, and I was impressed right out of the gate. It is ceramic-based, which means it can handle extremely high temperatures. We are talking up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is insane. I used this grease on a performance brake job I did on a Dodge Charger, and it held up even after repeated heavy braking. The consistency is smooth, and it spreads easily with a brush or your fingers. It also does not run or melt, even after the rotors heat up. One thing to note, it is a little pricey, but I think it is worth the peace of mind. Compared to the Permatex Ceramic Extreme Brake Parts Lubricant, which I have included as number 8 on this list, the BTAS feels a bit more refined and less gritty in texture. The pros include incredibly high heat resistance, smooth application, and top-tier performance in high-stress setups. The cons include a higher price and the fact that it is a less well-known brand. At number 8, we have the Permatex Ceramic Extreme Brake Parts Lubricant. This is a shop favorite and one I have relied on for years. It is a ceramic fortified formula that handles up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit and stays where you put it. I used this on a set of front calipers on an older Ford Explorer, and it absolutely silenced the brakes. The ceramic particles give it a gritty texture, but they actually help create a solid layer between metal surfaces. I have never had to reapply this grease prematurely. It also comes in a tube or packet, which makes it easy to store. Compared to the BTAS Ceramic Grease, which I mentioned as number 9, Permatex is a little harder to spread, but has similar heat resistance. The pros include excellent performance under extreme heat, effective anti-seize protection, and availability in multiple packaging formats. The cons include a gritty texture that can be messy and a formula that is slightly harder to clean up. At number 7, we have the CRC Brake and Caliper Synthetic Grease. This one has a lithium-based formula and performs really well in general daily driver setups. I used it on a Honda Accord and a Chevrolet Impala, and in both cases, it performed well. It resists high pressure, does not wash away, and keeps moisture out of the brake hardware. It does not have the ceramic additives like some others on this list, but it is consistent and clean. It is also one of the better values in terms of cost per ounce. Compared to the CRC SL3301 at number 10, this one is more suited to general use and less specialized for extreme conditions. The pros include easy application, solid value for the price, and good water resistance. The cons include lower suitability for high-performance setups and less temperature tolerance compared to ceramic-based greases. At number 6, we have the Permatex Ultra Brake Caliper Lube. This one is silicone-based, and I found it ideal for rubber and plastic components. It stays stable between -40 degrees to over 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It is also resistant to water and road salt. I used it on a Subaru Forester with rubber caliper boots, and it did not cause any swelling or degradation. It goes on with a slightly tacky feel and stays where you place it. Compared to the AGS SIL-Glyde brake lubricant at number 5, the Permatex is a little thicker but offers better long-term stability in my experience. The pros include compatibility with rubber parts, strong resistance to salt and moisture, and reliable performance across a wide temperature range. The cons include a thicker texture that can attract dust and take longer to spread evenly. At number 5, we have the AGS SIL-Glyde brake lubricant. This silicone-based grease has been around forever and is still one of the most respected names in brake maintenance. It is extremely easy to spread, does not dry out, and remains effective in both hot and cold weather. I used this product on a Jeep Wrangler and a Toyota Sienna, and in both cases, it maintained its consistency after 6 months of driving. The product is safe for all rubber and plastic materials, which is a big deal when you are working with various caliper designs. Compared to the Permatex Ultra Brake Caliper Lube, which I covered at number 6, SIL-Glyde is easier to apply, but needs reapplication a bit sooner. The pros include excellent compatibility with rubber parts, very smooth application, and long-term reliability in most conditions. The cons include the need for more frequent reapplication and lower heat tolerance for high-performance use. At number 4, we have the Sta-Lube Silicone Lubricating Brake Grease. This product is more than just brake lube. It is an all-around silicone lubricant that also works wonders on brake calipers. It has a food-grade rating and is completely safe for rubber, metal, and plastic. I have used this on multiple light-duty applications, including hybrids and compact sedans, and it keeps everything moving smoothly without drying out. It has a slick consistency and does not attract dirt. One downside is that it can wash out more easily than some thicker greases. Compared to the Sta-Lube Synthetic Brake Caliper Grease at number 3, Sta-Lube is gentler on materials, but less adhesive under pressure. The pros include an ultra-smooth texture, excellent material compatibility, and safe formulation. The cons include weaker adhesion under pressure and faster washout in wet conditions. At number 3, we have the Sta-Lube Synthetic Brake Caliper Grease. This is a heavy-duty synthetic lubricant that includes molybdenum, graphite, and Teflon for top-level performance. I used this on a work van that sees heavy stop-and-go traffic every day, and I was genuinely impressed. The grease held its position even after months of daily abuse. It is thick, dark, and stays where you put it. It is not ideal for rubber parts, but for metal-on-metal caliper contact points, it is exceptional. Compared to the Sta-Lube silicone grease I talked about at number 4, Sta-Lube is more heavy-duty, but less versatile. The pros include outstanding durability, high pressure resistance, and reliable performance in metal-on-metal contact areas. The cons include incompatibility with rubber parts and a dark color that can stain easily. At number 2, we have the Versachem Synthetic Caliper Grease. This is a lithium-based synthetic grease designed specifically for brake hardware. It is heat stable up to around 400 degrees Fahrenheit and performs well on slides, bushings, and contact points. I tried it on a Chevrolet Malibu and liked how clean and tidy the application was. It does not melt or smoke and prevents seizing over time. It has a slightly oily feel, but it does not drip once applied. Compared to the Permatex Ultra Brake Caliper Lube at number 6, the Versachem goes on cleaner but is slightly less sticky. The pros include a clean and neat application, long-lasting performance, and good compatibility with brake hardware. The cons include a slightly oily texture and lower heat tolerance for high-stress setups. At number 1, we have the Permatex Ultra Brake Caliper Lube. This one earns its top spot for being the most balanced product overall. It is a synthetic silicone blend that works on all major brake components, rubber-safe, water-resistant, and stays effective over a wide range of temperatures. I have used this on everything from compact cars to full-size pickups, and have never had a squeal or sticking caliper afterward. It has a medium-thick consistency, does not dry out, and gives peace of mind that your pads and calipers will stay in good shape for the long run. Compared to the CRC SL3301, which is number 10 on this list, this Permatex option is better for long-term protection and more versatile across vehicle types. The pros include a wide operating temperature range, full compatibility with rubber and metal parts, and dependable long-term performance. The cons include a slightly higher price point and the need for thorough cleanup during application.